In the previous video, we discussed the concepts of variables in JavaScript. It is important to note that in every programming language, values can possess different types. JavaScript supports various data types depending on the type of data you want to store. While we are familiar with strings and numbers, there are actually more data types available. Let's explore all the different data types that JavaScript offers. Understanding data types is crucial in the field of programming. Having knowledge about the type of data you are working with is essentially for performing operations on variables effectively. When it comes to solving problems, computer systems heavily rely on data types. In the given example, if we attempt to add the string John to the number 10 without explicitly defining data types, it may lead to unexpected results. In JavaScript, without specifying data types, the expression 10, which is a string, plus John, which is also a string, would be treated as a concatenation operation instead of a numerical addition. As a result, it would be produce a string value of 10 John instead of an error or mathematical computation. Now let's explore the different data types available in JavaScript. In JavaScript, every value can be categorized as either an object or a primitive value. Objects have a specific structure while primitive values are basic data types. Primitive values are a fundamental concept in programming. A value is considered to be primitive when it is not an object, while object will be covered in more details later on. It is important to start by understanding the primitive data types. There are 7 primary primitive data types: number, string, Boolean, undefined, null, symbol, and Bigint. Understanding these data types will lay a strong foundation for your programming knowledge. Now first we have a number data type. The number data type represents numbers, whether it's a simple integer or a floating point value. Numbers are crucial in JavaScript for mathematical operations. For example, here we have a variable which is let my number is equal to 42. After this, we have a string data type. A string is used to represent text in JavaScript. It can be a single character or a whole paragraph. You enclose strings in single or double quotes. But remember, if you are creating a string and if you are using single quotes, you need to add single quote on both sides. You can't do like this on one side using single quote and on the other side you are using double quote. This is wrong. And here you can see the example. We have a variable my string which have a value hello code geeks, and after this we have a boolean data type. Booleans are all about true or false. They are used to make decisions in your code. For example, here we have a variable let is working is equal to true, and then we have other variable let not working is equal to false. Now number, strings and booleans are those data types that we used a lot. After this we have Bigint. Bigint is for those really big numbers beyond the limit of the standard number type. And in this example, we have a variable which is Bigint number, and you can see the value of this Bigint number is too big. And next up, we have undefined. Undefined represents the absence of a value. It's like an empty box waiting to be filled. For example, a variable that we declare without assigning it a value, then this variable has a value undefined. Here you can see we are declaring a variable without assigning it any value. And if we console.log this variable, which is myvar, you can see we have the output of undefined. And next up we have null. Null is intentional, like saying I don't have a value for this yet. For example, we can create a variable first name and we can assign the value of null. Now let's dive into the symbol data type. This type of data, which became part of JavaScript in ES 2015, has a unique characteristics. It represents something that's entirely unique and can't be changed. Although we won't spend too much time on it, we will give you a quick overview toward the end of the course. So these are the 7 primitive data types in JavaScript. But there is another fundamental things to know about the types, which is the fact that JavaScript has a feature called dynamic typing. In JavaScript, the concept of dynamic types refer to the flexibility in changing the data type of a variable during runtime. Unlike some other programming languages with static typing, where variable types are defined and fixed when the variable is declared, JavaScript allows variable to change their data type as the program runs. For example, you can initially assign a number to a variable and later change it to a string or any other data type. This dynamic behavior can be powerful but also requires careful handling to avoid unexpected behavior. It's important for JavaScript developers to be aware of this dynamic nature when working with variables and data, making it a fundamental aspect of the language's flexibility. Now I want to show you some example of dynamic typing. Here we have a variable, let my variable is equal to 42. Here my variable is a number, and then if we change the value and if we set my variable is equal to hello world, now my variable is a string. In this example, my variable start as a number and then changes to a string without any issues. This dynamic type behavior allows for flexibility in working with variables. As you know, we can also check the type of our variables using type of operator. So let's first check the type of my variable at this position, and then after changing the value of my variable to hello world. So here I am using our console.log, and in here we have our type of operator, and then we want to check the type of this my variable. Now if I hit Ctrl plus S, you can see here the type of my variable is number at this position. Now let's check this after changing the value of my variable. And now here we are changing our variable to hello world, and after this we are checking the type of this my variable, and as you can see after changing the type of our variable is now string. Now let me show you another example. Here we have a variable num1 with the value of 10, and now I am creating another variable num2 is equal to 20. Here I am using number value, but here I am using this string value. And after this, now let's create a result variable, and in this variable I just want to add num1 plus num2. Now after hitting save, you can see JavaScript convert num1 to a string and perform string concatenation. Now before console logging the result of this result variable, I just want to comment these two console.log. So we have only the result of this variable. So if we console.log this result, you can see instead of 30, we have the result of 10, 20. and JavaScript dynamically changes the type of number to a string in this operation. And that is it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to join this exciting web development journey with us. And if you have any questions or suggestions, you can put those in the comment section below. Until next time, keep coding and keep creating. I will see you in the next video.